right, 25 minutes on to 7 o'clock. It's that time to say good morning to you. Good morning, Yulin. Yulin is there. Yeah, good morning. Hope you had a great weekend, each and every one of you, and that you're up and you're ready to face the challenges today. Today will have its own set of challenges, so you've got to face them. Michelle Bernard is in the building. She says, good morning, Mr. Gordon. Good morning to you, Michelle. Good morning, Catherine Phillip as well. Lydia Cameron, Jennifer Lawrence. Wow. You folks are eagerly and anxiously awaiting. That's nice. I feel important. Just a slip of the tongue with that word could mean different things, but that ain't happening, all right? Nice, good. Well, of course, we're going to start off with the health tip, okay? And we missed out one with the asthma last week due to Easter Monday, so I'm going to drop it anew. This one, it says, use a spacer. Now, a spacer is a plastic chamber which connects the inhaler to one end to your mouth via a mouthpiece or mask at the other end. It can help the inhaled medicines to reach the small airways in the lungs and work better. The spacer allows more time for the medicine to be breathed in and means that less coordination is required. Without a spacer, you have to breathe in deeply and press the inhaler at the same time. Inhaled medicine often ends up in the mouth or throat and is ineffective. Some types of inhaler, example the dry powder inhalers, do not need a spacer. Check with your doctor if you are unsure. Yeah, it's important to get the spacer, right? Now, with the kind of air that we have nowadays, the air is so contaminated. Folks who suffer with asthma very often would end up in a lot of problems, respiratory issues. So it's important to know these things and always have your asthma medication handy because asthma could be fatal. Yeah, asthma kills. I've lost about 3 friends, who died from an asthmatic attack on their way to the doctor or something like that. So please, if you know you're asthmatic or your child is asthmatic or some loved one of yours is asthmatic, ensure that you're on top of the game because asthma kills, okay? You're speaking to a dead man. I died on a number of occasions because of asthma as a youngster growing up. I remember times when my grandmom would put her hand on her head and just walk around the house because there's nothing more she could do. The jumbie onion didn't work, the cutlet leaf didn't work, the lizard in the water didn't work, the bitter fence didn't work, and those times there wasn't things like Predcart and all this kind of thing, and then we were not privy to that sort of medication at the time, so sometimes the doctor would give you histotusin and all this kind of thing for asthma. I think during those times, I don't think people fully understood asthma as yet, but nonetheless, so take your asthma, prevention and take your medication seriously. Take your asthma seriously. Know all that you can about it, okay? Good, nice. Let's get with the program. It's time for the word of the day. And the word of the day today, it is an adjective. It's fatuous. Fatuous. F-A-T-U-O-U-S. Fatuous. Now, to describe something such as an idea or remark as fatuous is to say that it is foolish or silly rather than sensible and logical. Fatuous. To describe something such as an idea or remark as fatuous is to say that it is foolish or silly rather than sensible or logical. Here's how we can use that word in a sentence. Our hopes for an apology and a reasonable explanation for the error were met with fatuous platitudes. Our hopes for an apology and a reasonable explanation for the error were met with fatuous platitudes, meaning it was met with rather foolish and silly reasoning. Yep. Nice. 20 minutes on to 7 o'clock. It's Good Morning Grenada for today, Monday. It is the 8th day of April, 2024. Yeah. This is the 4th month already, yeah? January, February, March, April. Yeah, 4 months already has gone. Christmas was just... I'm sure there are some folks who still have salt ham on the fridge and black cake and stuff from Christmas, and it's already approaching the 6th month of the year. Could you imagine this? Time waits on no one, you understand? Yeah, it matters not much of the harvest that you have today. What is important is the seed that you plant today. That's what's important. Remember that, okay? So good morning to all the wonderful folks out there in Latanton, St. David, Pomrose, Mount Agnes, the McMeos. Good morning. Nice meeting you. On Saturday. Good. Yeah, the Pomrose, the Crowshoe, Latant, Apretut, Bellevue, Tebaid, good morning. Belial, good morning. Auntie Anne and family. Yes, Sean and everybody. Chantel and the baby, good morning. Sean the Baba Chiney, good morning. Dr. Lane, good morning. The Critical Eye, Teacher Mary, good morning. Nice. Nadisha and the folks inside of Coffee, good morning. Crowshoe, as I said. The Sandersons, Kitty Cat and family are there. Debbie and family. The thought of the day today is, there is no passion to be found in playing small, in settling for a life that is less than you are capable of living. No passion to be found in playing small, in settling for a life that is less than you are capable of living. That's your thought of the day. Well, as it relates to the buzz this morning, we do have a guest. I will be speaking with a gentleman via our Zoom platform all the way from Trinidad and Tobago. It's about an authors conference, that's coming up. Also, I have to remind you that the Maggie King of the Grill comes up on Saturday, the 4th of May at the Progress Park in St. Andrew. It will be a day of food, fun, and entertainment. You can win yourself up to $5,000 in cash and prizes in a bingo. Yep, that's buzzing. That's trending. Everyone looks forward to the Maggie King of the Grill, and I like the fact that it has been decentralized another year. Alright, I remember it taking place in Progress Park already. Who knows, maybe next year we'll go to Sates at the for playing field. And then the Cuthbert Peters Park in Guave. Let's move it, and one of these years we'll take it to Carriacou, the Hillsborough playing field. Yeah, these are just pro bono advice, Well, an issue that is really buzzing and trending, Father Gerard Paul of the Church of the Holy Family in Riverside has been suspended from all his priestly duties. The news was delivered to the congregation at the weekly Sunday Mass yesterday. And this comes following Paul's public criticism of the bishop and the church's reaction to the situation in Gaza. Boy, I looked at the video, and if Father Paul gets into politics now, he win. Yeah, the congregation was standing behind him 150%, I don't know. If time permits, we'll try to have a conversation on that after the conversation with the gentleman from Trinidad. Yep. It says further to the events of Wednesday, 27th March. Let me expand this. In the Cathedral of the Immaculate Conception and thereafter on various media platforms, Father Gerard Paul has been suspended from all priestly ministry effective immediately and indefinitely. Now, while the views of Father Paul on the situation in Gaza are shared by many, his persistent attacks on the Catholic Church and her leadership, as well as his misleading claims that the Church has done nothing in this and other situations, are erroneous and divisive. They have confused, harmed, and scandalized many faith-filled persons. They have brought his fellow clergy into disrepute. After consultation with the senior clergy and some lay leaders, I have suspended Father Paul from priestly ministry definitely effective 4th April 2024. All faculties for ministry granted to him upon ordination as a priest of this diocese are withdrawn. He will no longer be parish priest of the St. Parish of the Holy Family, Riversally. He will not be able to preside at the sacred rites of the church. That means masses, funerals, wedding, baptisms. This suspension is not because of what Father Paul said on Wednesday 27th. This decision has been made because of the persistent pattern of behavior mentioned above, and which he now seeks to justify with no intention to change. I have asked him to seek the help that he needs in a manner that will enable me to consider returning him to ministry in ways that may be recommended. The church has rules, clear expectations, and protections for the people of God, enshrined in the Code of Canon Law and the ordinary teaching of popes and bishops. When Father Paul said, "I have no regrets and I will do it again," he put himself beyond review and fraternal correction. No institution can survive when such attitudes and actions are adopted. Or young people are led astray when they are shown by persons with official authority that such authority can be easily dishonored with impunity. This is sad, but challenging time for our diocese. This is not a conflict between a bishop and a priest. It is the culmination of a long-standing pattern of harm to individuals and to the diocese, which must stop. Coming as it has during the sacred Triduum and the Easter octave, we dare to trust the risen Lord to bring us beyond the stenches and stones of the tomb of these moments. Every Easter we see love conquering hate, life conquering death, and hope outlasting despair. May we never forget these graces, and we prayerfully journey together in the days and months ahead. For us, people of faith, it is a call to deeper prayer and discernment as we ask the Lord to guide us to what He wants to teach us, to convert our hearts and minds, enabling us to become all that God wants us to be. Alleluia, alleluia, alleluia. That was a statement from Bishop Clyde Harvey. Folks, it's time for us to do the wrap because we've got to do the AM edition of News, Sports, and the Weather. See you on the flip side of 7.
When you need someone to help you to your feet, I'll be that beacon to your highest peak. Oh, I'll be right next to you, no, I will never leave. Come on, take my hands, we got everything we need. Cause you can look to me whenever you're in need. Just call on me and I'll be on my way. I'll be by your side, never to divide. The light that shines our way. Wherever you road leads, we'll make your dreams come true. Next time, next time, next time, next to you.
Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
Thanks for joining us. Individuals found in possession of illegal firearms after the amnesty period has expired will face imprisonment. During Thursday's sitting of the Senate, the Legal Affairs Minister explained the pros and cons of the gun amnesty and the amendments made to the Firearms Act.
Legal Affairs Minister Claudette Joseph informed members of the Senate on Thursday that firearms surrendered during a proposed 90-day amnesty will be analyzed. Joseph stated that if the firearm is identified as one that was used to commit a crime, it will be handed over to the police to assist with solving the crime. She was at the time wrapping up a debate on the Firearms Amendment Bill. The amendment to the Firearms Act introduces a new section that will give the Minister for National Security the power to declare a gun amnesty for a 90-day period.
No What we propose, Madam President, is that during the amnesty period, a person who has the firearm may surrender it, as I said, following the set procedure. And the procedure will be set out in the order that I mentioned, which would be in the form of a SRNO. And there will be certain conditions we propose, including that no one will be prosecuted for being in possession of the firearm or for delivering the firearm and ammunition, so that if they are in possession of it for the purpose of depositing it with the relevant police station or other designated area, they will not be charged with being in possession of the firearm. That's during the amnesty period. Persons will be allowed to surrender the firearms and ammunition anonymously and will not be required to disclose any information relating to it.
After the amnesty period expires, anyone found in possession of any illegal firearm will face jail time.
After the amnesty, and we propose that the amnesty will be for a 90-day period, and after the amnesty, persons found, and this is important, persons found with illegal firearms and ammunition will face mandatory prison sentences with no bail options, because we have to keep our country safe for all of us. So you have the amnesty, and after that, if you are found with an illegal firearm or with illegal ammunition, there will be mandatory prison sentences imposed, and it will be a situation of no bail.
Under the amnesty condition, the person who surrenders the firearm will be identified. However, the firearm will not be tied to any particular individual because it will be surrendered under the conditions of immunity. The firearm will be analyzed and serial numbers taken to decide whether it was stolen or used in committing a crime. Christina John, GBN News.
There is a Grenadian descendant in the U.S. White House. Beverly Telesford caught up with him for an exclusive interview today.
Jeffrey Prudhomme Jr., son of interim political leader of the Grenada United Labour Party, GULP, Jeffrey Prudhomme, has assumed the role of press assistant at the United States Department of Agriculture, USDA. Prudhomme Jr. was sworn into his new role last week.
Do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
That I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
Against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
Against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
Prudhomme Jr. bore his Grenada flag in representation of his Grenadian parentage.
You know, Grenada, I'm half Grenadian. And I couldn't be prouder to, be half Grenadian. Even in my room, I have the Grenada flag hanging up, and right next to it, I have the American flag right next to it. She's half Jamaican. It's the first time in the executive branch we've had anybody of Caribbean ancestry at the top of the United States. So I'm proud of the Caribbean representation.
And that is it. And that is what we're going to be talking about right about now.
Take care. Bye, Nisha.
Bye, guys. Thank you so much. So let's get on to it. First, what I want you to do is state your name for me, and then the new role that you just assumed.
He detailed his journey to press assistant in the USDA.
Press assistant for the United States Department of Agriculture, and for me, it's been a great deal for me because I have a resume to where it works. I've worked a while to get to this point. From participating in the democratic process and making my voice heard early on, even just as a volunteer, to now working for the executive branch.
Prudhomme Jr. told our news desk the appointment marks the beginning of a promising career path for him.
I am very proud of how that legacy has helped to propel me to still have a life of public service and to give back in any way that I can. And
we urge our viewers to note that this interview was strictly biographical, not a political endorsement, and does not necessarily represent the views of the USDA or the United States government. Reporting for GPN News, Beverly Telesford.
Now, organizers confirm another fruitful River Sally Saraka packed with food, music, and a great turnout. Joseph Cadeau is in St. Patrick.
It is early days yet, and I'm coming to you live from inside of River Sally, where the Saraka Festival is about to take on a heights of its own. Folks, I'm not sure where you are, what your plans are, but the place you need to be is up here right now. It's a place where you have the convergence of history, the past of our ancestors. It meets, well, the tale and the current lifestyle of the people inside of River Sally. I'm here with one of the locals, and my dear sir, I know it's a time of the year when there's a lot of excitement. Share with me, what's the significance of today's event?
Well, today's event, Salaka. Salaka really is a traditional aspect, right? We get Salaka from our grandparents, right? And basically, Salaka, you must have harvest. After harvest, you have Salaka. And basically, harvest is where the people, what they produce, after they give to the church, the remainder, now you share it to the village, so that God going to bless you for the next year, that you will produce a lot more. And that is really Salaka, you know. I mean, River Sally is the best place where we have the tradition. After harvest, we have Salaka. Here is just preparation, and when we prepare, basically we you see here that is our tray that everybody who prepare have to bring to the playing field where we can feed the children. We do it on leaf, and that is basically the tradition of it.
This is lentil, peas and rice right there. We have this young lady, she come out all the way from Carriacou to come and join us to celebrate with us. So she's stirring the lentil, peas and rice here right now. And we have the pumpkin right there. She fly out from New York to come and participate in just today, and she's going back on Sunday just to take part in our River Sally Saraka. She played a vital role in our Saraka right here. We have Mel right here behind the pot here. He's doing some stew pork. This is Melroy with stew pork right here. You understand? He play a vital role in this thing here, seasoning up and everything from foundation.
Basically, the younger children would be eating from that particular aspect of it.
Is there any competition to it, or just all for fun?
Basically, they bring it into a competition now, but for me, I don't take part in the competition. I do the traditional, where I just prepare everything and bring it to the pasture. The big dumpling and peas from big dumpling and peas, rice and peas, you know, so just to feed the children.
Well, folks, you heard it. It is all happening up here. It is early days yet. As you can see, the entire team is here. I'm not sure where you are, what your plans are, but I promise you, as the evening unfolds, the entire community is going to come together for what is going to be one great festival that's going to mark the hosting of Salaka 2024 inside of River Sally. So I'm Joseph Cadeau, reporting to you live from inside of River Sally.
Thanks, Joseph. Excitement is mounting as the 33rd annual St. Mark's Festival is set to kick off on Sunday, April 7, with a theme that promises to deliver more in 2024. The festival, a cherished tradition in the parish, is poised to bring together locals and visitors for a week-long celebration of community spirit, culture, and heritage. Opening remarks for the festival will be delivered by Member of Parliament for St. Mark, Dr. Clarice Modeste-Cohen, Senator Quince Britton, a representative of the Ministry of Culture, and Raymond Batiste, President of St. Mark's Organization for Development. Their presentations will set the tone for the festivities ahead, highlighting the importance of unity, collaboration, and progress in the community. Throughout the month of April, a diverse array of activities awaits festival goers, including the highly anticipated Village Talent Clash, Reservoir Jam, and sporting events that will showcase the athletic abilities of residents of St. Mark. Additionally, a Heritage and Culture Night will offer a glimpse into the rich history and traditions of the parish, celebrating its unique identity and contributions to the wider Caribbean culture. As St. Mark's Festival embarks on its 33rd year, organizers say they are committed to delivering an unforgettable experience for all attendees. There is preparing to host the Caribbean Tourism Organization's Sustainable Tourism Conference later this month. The announcement was made by Minister of State for Agriculture and Lands, Fisheries and Cooperatives, Adrian Thomas, during the sitting of the Senate on Thursday.
This conference brings together ministers, directors of tourism, both local, regional, and international. Also experts in various disciplines, including climate change, disaster management, culture, environmental management, and entrepreneurship development in the tourist industry. The conference will be done under the theme, keeping the right balance. The 5 P's of a legacy of Caribbean tourism sustainability. And the 5 P's that are being advocated: people, planet, prosperity, purpose, and partnership.
Apologies. Minister for Tourism, Creative Economy and Culture, Adrian Thomas, talking there. Minister Thomas said community tours will be an important aspect of the conference.
The people will not only will be sitting in Radisson where the conference will be held, but within the 3 days they will be going out in our communities and see what has been going on in regards to tourism in the rural areas. So I think this will be a plus for Grenada. The cameras will be focused on Grenada, and I have no doubt that it is something good to feature, especially on our 50th anniversary of independence, and therefore I ask members of this house to really and truly show your face at some point in time in the conference. There are some public aspects in it, and it will be nice to be present.
The CTO Sustainable Tourism Conference 2024 is scheduled for April 22 to 24. The event is designed for high-level networking and regional dialogue on sustainable tourism development and provides a platform for tourism policymakers, private sector stakeholders, thought leaders, and strategic partners to discuss the issues, challenges, and opportunities confronting the future of Caribbean tourism. Well, a candlelight vigil is underway for the victims of the biking accident on Easter Monday. 29-year-old Kareem Gleen and 18-year-old Jalil Mason Bell. The vigil, which began at 6 this evening, is being held at the site of the crash on Longwall in St. Patrick. Police continue their investigations into the crash, which occurred at about 5:50 p.m. on Easter Monday. The two men were riding their motorbikes in opposite directions when they collided and sustained severe injuries. They were transported to the Princess Alice Hospital, where Gleen, a resident of Montjaloux, St. George, was pronounced dead. Bell was transported to the General Hospital, where he succumbed to his injuries within a few hours. Tributes poured out from the biking fraternity, T.A. Marisha Community College, where Bell was a student at the time of his passing, and the Grenada Boys Secondary School, where he was a past student. Minister of State with responsibility for social development and gender affairs, Gloria Thomas, said her ministry has reached out to offer support to the victims of a recent fire that destroyed 5 homes in Chantemelle St. Patrick and left 17 people displaced. Minister Thomas spoke about the assistance extended to the families during Thursday's sitting of the Senate.
My heart goes out to the 5 sets of families who lost their entire homes and livelihood in the raging fire which occurred on Tuesday, the 26th March at Chantemelle St. Patrick's. The ministry immediately came to the aid of the residents who were affected by the fire and provided assistance to them. Temporary housing at the Villa Housing Project in St. Patrick's, grocery, clothing, household items, linen, mattress, psychosocial support, counseling, and a one-off payment is being made for the victim as the ministry awaits the police report on the cause of the fire.
Minister for Social Development and Gender Affairs, Gloria Thomas, talking there. We can tell you, too, the ages of those displaced range from 3 to 65. Member of Parliament for St. Patrick West, Joseph Handel, disclosed that the families have been provided with temporary housing for 3 months initially at the Chinese low-income housing units in the villa. All right. Maroon Festival on the sister isle of Carriacou takes the GBN ISO spotlight. Stay with us.
Featured in tonight's GBN ISA are photographs from the Dumfries and surrounding villages Maroon, which were held today, Friday, April 5th on the Sister Isle. The Maroon featured early morning libation, cooking and sharing Saraka food, big drum and string band entertainment. Our citizen journalists included photographs from the Explore Carriacou and Petit Martinique page with their submission. The Maroon Festival is being held adjacent to the River Sally Saraka underway in St. Patrick. We thank our ISA reporter for that submission. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp at 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
On Saturday, May 4th, there will be a shift on the island as the biggest grilling fest in Grenada moves to the big parish. The Maggie King of the Grill competition is at Progress Park, St. Andrew. Come taste the most sumptuous creations from the grill as top chefs and food enthusiasts showcase their culinary skills. Maggie King of the Grill is a festival like no other with live soca music, fun attractions, and games for the entire family. Then from 6 p.m., get a chance to win up to $5,000 cash in bingo. Interested vendors and grillers should call 456-3454 to register before March 31st. It's the Maggie King of the Grill competition at Progress Park, St. Andrew. Gates open from 12 noon. Bring your appetite and stay tuned to this station for more details.
I'm a VIP. I'm a VIP. I'm a VIP.
Are you a VIP? Have you taken the necessary steps to safeguard your child's health? Let's get it right. Get your child on their vaccination schedule. Our national protection and coverage is our national priority. Our actions will impact Grenada's health and wellness. Let's make childhood immunization and vaccination number 1. I am Senator Jonathan Lacrette, and I am a VIP champion. Let's make all our children VIPs, vaccinated, immunized, and protected.
Let's all be VIP champions.
A message from the Ministry of Health, Wellness, and Religious Affairs. Be a VIP childhood vaccination and immunization campaign in collaboration with UNICEF and the Pan American Health Organization.
Are you looking for a reliable, affordable, and customer-friendly pharmacy? Look no further than Hills and Valley Pharmacy, the nation's leading healthcare products and services provider. We are committed to serving you at convenient locations. Find an extensive and affordable selection of prescription and over-the-counter drugs and medical supplies at Church Street, Hillsborough, Carriacou, Jubilee Street, Grenville, St. Andrew, near the bus terminal, and Halifax and Grenville Street, St. George. Our committed team is always available to offer valuable assistance for managing your health and wellness. Discover the additional benefits of of our wholesale distribution on Halifax Street and our Medcare Center on Grenville Street, where we provide in-house physiotherapy, massage therapy, doctor consultations, and eye care services. Our commitment is to satisfy all your healthcare needs, including competitive prices, loyalty rewards, and special discounts for seniors. Contact us at 435-6904 and WhatsApp 535-4734. Choose Hills and Valley Pharmacy. Remember, your health is our business.
From the fertile heart of Grenada to the far reaches of the globe, Rams Supermarket brings together the best of both worlds. Savor the freshest, locally sourced produce from our trusted Grenadian farmers and explore a curated selection of top-quality international favorites. Experience a shopping journey where warmth meets a world of flavors and affordability meets premium quality. At Rams, we welcome everyone to discover the joy of global and local culinary delights. Nestled in Sugar Mill, Grand Anse, we are open all week to offer you a taste of home and beyond. Rams Supermarket, where our family, community, and the world come together. We are the good food people.
Keeping up with the kids' growth spurts might mean it's time for a bigger fridge. Don't worry, at Quartz, we got you. Or maybe you're ready to turn your home entertainment up a notch? That means a larger TV and soundbar? We got you. Excited about making your new home feel more like you? We've got you. Need a better mattress for more restful sleep? We've got the size and comfort that's right for you. So shop today and pay later. Whatever you need, we've got you. Quartz, bringing value home.
Third-party outages are caused by parties external to Grenada. Kite flying is one of the major causes of third-party outages also.
Kite flying over the years has proven to be an issue that has created many outages on our systems.
This Easter, Grenlec would like you to keep your kite in sight. Use an open area with no overhead power lines. Avoid personal injury through electric shock. Avoid damaging property and causing inconvenience through power outages. Enjoy tradition safely. Avoid damage and injury.
Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
Served Grenada for decades. We are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wire and accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grand Anse, St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
On Saturday, May 4th, there will be a shift on the island as the biggest grilling fest in Grenada moves to the big parish. The Maggie King of the Grill competition is at Progress Park, St. Andrew. Come taste the most sumptuous creations from the grill as top chefs and food enthusiasts showcase their culinary skills. Maggie King of the Grill is a festival like no other with live soca music, fun attractions, and games for the entire family. Then from 6 p.m., get a chance to win up to $5,000 cash in bingo. Interested vendors and grillers should call 456-3454 to register before March 31st. It's the Maggie King of the Grill competition at Progress Park, St. Andrew. Gates open from 12 noon. Bring your appetite and stay tuned to this station for more details.
I want you to control your anger. There's a way to feel better. That's one thing to remember. No matter where you are, you can be a star. Stop and take a deep breath and relax yourself. Take another deep breath and relax it, and relax it. Eliminate violence.
Records at the traffic department shows that a total of 1,447 accidents were reported for the year 2012, which includes 3 road fatalities. 2,946 accidents were reported for the year 2022, which includes 8 road fatalities. This is a significant increase of 104%. This is alarming. When a family tragically loses a loved one, does it matter whether by means of a gun or a motor vehicle? To avoid accidents, drivers and pedestrians alike must exercise extreme caution when using the road.
Wait to see my granddaughter.
Looking for that injection? Looking for that injection of vibes and energy, of course? Well, I've got just that. Hi, my name is Gary, Mr. Smooth, and I'm inviting you to join me on the Hot Morning Show on Hot 98.5, 98.7 FM. Weekdays, Monday to Friday, 6 to 10 in the morning. I've got a healthy dose of your favorite and most infectious hits sampled with information, news, laughter, and all the other ingredients that go into making the hottest morning show on the radio. The Morning Heat. And while you're at it, don't forget to hit us up on WhatsApp, 435-7517. We've got topics, we've got
discussions, calls, voice notes, and so much more. But I can't tell you everything. You got to tune in. The Hot Morning Show on Hot FM 98.5, 98.7 with yours truly, Gary, Mr. Smooth. Kaboom!
All right, welcome back, viewers and listeners. It's time for the conversation this morning. And as I told you earlier, I am joined at this time by a goodly gentleman all the way on our sister isle of Trinidad and Tobago, because, you go to Trinidad, you find a lot of Grenadians there. You come up here, we have a lot of Trinidadians here. So Trinidad is really part of us. We're intertwined. I'm speaking of a young author. He is Mr. Daniel Francis. It's a pleasure to say good morning to you, sir.
Pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for the introduction. Great to be here, Mal.
So before we get into the meat of the matter, could you give us a background? In the information that was sent to me, I see you with your nice suit and your book holding up. Give us a background on this young author, because in Grenada we're seeing a lot of young authors coming on stream, and I am certain that the conversation that we would have would give them some insight as to how it can be a prudent business for them. So let's get a background first. Tell us about Daniel.
Yeah, so it's so funny because I actually wanted to be a doctor, so I was contemplating coming to Grenada to do med school and everything way back when. But
you look as a doctor, actually. You look as Dr. Francis Martin.
All the time.
Yeah, you look as a doctor.
Yeah, I was this close.
Okay.
Then I realized that there was just a different path for me. I actually got into leadership development coaching with my parents' company, Rebit Limited. And then, through coaching, and I just ended up teaching a lot of millennials, persons my age. And after doing that for 2 years, I asked myself, how could I help more people without physically being in front of them? And I said, hey, write a book. Now, I had no idea how to do it. I never wrote any book before. I would even say I'm big into literature and all that. But I said, this is the age we're in. You can figure things out. And I had heard someone say that self-publishing was easier now than it's ever been. So I started to do the research, did my little planning, and through that process, I would have written my first book, which is called The Millennial Mind: Success Secrets for Unlocking Your Full Potential.
Okay.
Funny enough, launched that book in the heights of COVID, which was a whole ordeal in and of itself. But, I had a really good team. I think, just Caribbean being, what it is, a lot of people supported me. They saw the millennial, and obviously they got pulled in, and the book did really well. And as a result of that, a lot of authors from all over the Caribbean, not just Trinidad, would reach out and say, how do I self-publish? How do I write my book? How do I market my book? All these questions. And that spurred me on to do free webinars just to give the information out there, because I think for me, when I first did it, I thought the information was so hard to find. I don't want anybody to experience what I experienced with all the difficulties, so I wanted to share the information. And then that turned into me creating my company, self-publishing company, One Momentum Publishing. And then ultimately it led to, the picture you saw with the book, my newest book, How to Write and Self-Publish a Book as an Aspiring Caribbean Author.
So from your perspective, would you say, to our young authors here, because like I said, in Grenada, we are seeing a number of young authors coming on stream. Would you say it's a lucrative business to get involved in?
I think it makes a lot of sense. I think of the author journey more from the business point of view. So I can speak to that. Obviously, there are those who write novels and it's fiction, and that's on one other path. But if you are a business professional, let's say, just throwing out there, you walk dogs, something simple. Imagine if you wrote a book about walking dogs for busy executives, for example. What a book does, it elevates your brand. It puts a different level of credibility to your name, because it's saying, okay, you put in the time and effort to put this out there for persons to learn, for people to even criticize you. But it adds a layer of, okay, this person knows what they're talking about because it puts in all this effort. And I always say that, my books are kind of like my business card. You go into a meeting, just hand the book over. It has more of a lasting impact than, let's say, you're giving them a business card. So it's almost like the perfect introduction to you and your business.
Okay, that's interesting, and to substantiate that, what you've just said, you've got this first Caribbean Author Conference coming up. Tell us about this.
So the conference really is a culmination of all the difficulties that I felt like I had when I first published my first book, all the solutions that I wish I had at the time. So for me, I wish I had all the information I needed on writing and self-publishing all in one place. So that's one aspect of what the Caribbean Author Conference is trying to fix. I felt like I didn't really know a lot of authors at the time, and I did not know really where to access them so that I could have a network or a community of individuals. So we would have created a community in lieu of the conference, and they, of course, are coming to the event. And also I wanted a platform to launch my next book, How to Write and Self-Publish a Book, as an aspiring Caribbean author, which I have here. Because it's meant to be an aspiring author comes and they're going to learn about all the aspects of writing, editing, formatting a book, putting it on Amazon, what you should know as a Caribbean author, all in one place, but then also meeting all those different authors who have done it, and then all these different resources that can help you through the process, whether you come in person or you're viewing virtually.
Okay. Now, let me get this. I mean, your niche, you've created your niche, right? As you said, it's an advanced business card from your perspective. That's how you have it. But in recent times, right? I'm an educator. I've been a teacher for many years, and I've been advocating for our local history to be taught in our Grenada schools. And since then, I've seen a number of local authors putting together a lot of our history. Now let's look at the regional aspect of it. Do you think that this platform that you've created is going to stir up the passion and the creative juices of some of our regional authors to start doing our regional history and literature? Because we have a rich repertoire of literature and history that I think can be used in our school's curriculum to enhance, our young minds to be more how should I put it? To be more abreast with what our past is and therefore shape our future. Do you think that could be a good platform for that?
Definitely. I think when it comes to putting a book out there, most persons, their drawback is a lack of information. They don't know what to do after they've written their book. Or while they don't even want to start because they think, okay, if I write this, is this going to be good enough? Is it going to be useful? Am I going to be open up to criticism? I actually did a video right before this that I posted, talked about like when you write a book, that whatever you write there, that's not the final version. Your editor helps make your book a book by helping with the flow, helping with the structure, helping with the grammar, so that that final product is actually a book. So now when you have all this information, whether the history of your country, you have your own specific creativity, you have your own unique personality and fingerprint. You add all that together and you now have this confidence in, okay, I can find all this information in one place. I know what resources I have. You're going to find that more persons are going to want to self-publish, or they're going to want to come to a publisher to help them create their book. Because the major problem is always that lack of information. So I'm trying to alleviate that.
Okay. And in terms of costing, how costly it is to publish a book? I mean, I know the cost would be varying based on what you're writing, the size, a whole lot of things come into play. But the rudimental cost, how costly is it?
I mean, it really depends, because there are persons who will do all the research. They will put any time to learn the whole process, and the cost will be very minimal. The most they will pay might be for the editing and the book cover, and that price depends upon how many words the book is, and then when you actually put it together, how many pages in total. For those who don't have the time and they just want to put out a book and they're willing to pay, again, it's always hard to say because, again, you can have a book that's 100,000 words, and it can be like 300, 400 pages, and then you can have a book that's 25,000 words, and it's 120 pages, right? It always depends on how much work the editor has to do to get the book up to snuff. And then again, the word count and especially what aspects of the book you're trying to do. So it's a wide range.
And are you seeing a demand for Caribbean authors' work nowadays? I mean, you know, we have, as I said, we have quite a number of young authors coming on stream, not just from Grenada, but from around the region. Do you see, from the diaspora standpoint, are you seeing people out there wanting to buy literature from our regional people?
I think they see it as very unique. What I would say, though, is where a lot of authors miss is that they will create the book, but then they have this misunderstanding that once their book is out there, that people will just purchase it. Like if you just put it on Amazon, yeah, it will just sell. I think where we miss is that aspect of, hey, once your book is out there, you actually have to market it. You actually have to build a foundation. And what I encourage authors to do is that you have your book, start local, start building with those individuals, your friends, your families, the ones who want you to be successful. Have them start purchasing the book, have them start spreading the word. From that foundation, then you can easily more build out to the international community. Because if you just try to go out there, put your book out there, try to get sales from persons all over the world, there are so many books out there. You have to find a way to stand out, whether it's through your marketing strategy, your book cover, you know. It can't just be, I have a book, I put it out there, and then it just sells. And that's something I really try to push with authors. You need to do a bit more than just say, okay, this is it. Here, Will, this is my book. Let's go with that.
It's not like saying, okay, I baked my bread in my bakery, come buy it.
Yeah. I always hear authors say they want to do a book so it can be a passive form of income. And I always tell them that is a myth. You don't just produce it and money comes in. It doesn't work like that.
You have to push it.
You have to
push it like anything else.
Yeah. It's just like any other product.
And it could be a very competitive market out there because there are so many authors, so many narrations out there. So you have to believe in what you're doing and what you've done and push it.
Yeah, and that's kind of one of the reasons I created. So basically, as part of the conference on the 23rd of April, I've actually created a Caribbean Author Village. So it's a group on Facebook and it's also a group on WhatsApp, where we're just creating a community of authors and aspiring authors, where they can ask their questions, get those questions answered. But then it's just really that fostering of community, because it's so much easier to say, hey guys, I wrote this one page. Can you just take a look and give me feedback? Because one thing I hated when I wrote my first book was when I asked authors for help, it felt like it was competition. They didn't want to help me because they saw me as a threat, even though I'm doing self-help and they might be doing a novel. And I just thought this illusion of competition is not real. We should really be a community of persons trying to help each other build this whole community of books. And that's one thing that I definitely is going to be a mission for me, that aspect of community within the authors around the Caribbean, but also breaking down those barriers for authors who are in different islands or different territories trying to get their books in between. I think solely relying on Amazon to get books to other islands might be a bit much, and we can definitely do better.
Okay. All right, as we wrap up now, can you give us some more detailed information as it relates to the conference?
Right. So with respect to the conference, so it's the 23rd of April, which is actually World Book Day. The full conference is from 4 to 10. So from 4 to 7 p.m., we're going to have the Caribbean Author Village, where authors are setting up for free to sell their books. Of course, if you would like to participate, but you can't physically be here, there's a sign-up sheet where you can sign up for free, and we'll run you information of your books on the screens throughout the entire process, event. And then from 7 to 9, we'll have the actual conference portion where we'll be going through all the different information that persons need to know with respect to writing, editing, publishing, and that sort. And then we just have a networking thing after. And we'll share a link with the network so that if any Grenadians want to view virtually, right, they can have access to that link and get a virtual ticket, because we want access to everyone. And I mean, you never know, this whole thing, it's starting in Trinidad, but we really want to push this Caribbean wide. So you might be seeing us in other Caribbean islands, because this is not the first one. This is literally just the beginning. Okay. And for those who want to get access, you can go to ompublishing.org just to get any information, sign up for the village, sign up for our community, or even get the virtual ticket. as we'll send the link to you guys.
Okay, I would really appreciate that because, like I said, in Grenada now there's a plethora of young authors coming up. A good colleague of mine, a classmate, just launched a couple of books not so long ago. Good morning, Mr. Loxley John. He's a police officer by profession, and I saw a wonderful set of photos from the book launch. It shows that it was very interactive and everything like that. So I invite you to Grenada. Come meet with our authors down here.
Yeah, I had to make my way there. And again, for those who need the information, you can check our social media. It's One Momentum Publishing on all platforms, or OM Publishing. I'm always posting educational videos on different aspects of publishing, so you can always learn from there.
Okay. Well, Mr. Francis, thank you very much. I think that, this author conference, it's a good platform to springboard into, getting our regional people into writing and sharing with the world our rich history or rich knowledge. We have so much to share there, and I'm certain that if we do it right, if we get this right, as authors and publishers from the region, the world wants to know what's happening in the Caribbean. The world wants to know what's happening around here, and I applaud you and your organization for that bold step, and I look forward to seeing you in Grenada in the not too distant future.
We'll make it happen. Thank you so much for the interview.
And before you run off, which part of Trinidad are you now?
I am in Port of Spain right now.
Okay. I have some friends on Abercrombie Street. I wouldn't tell you their names though.
I'm actually heading down there a bit, so
okay.
Watching this up, and I'm again looking, I might understand.
All right. Well, have a great day and all the best with your conference. If there's anything that we here at the GBN can do to make it more successful, please do not hesitate to contact us. We will do what we can.
Definitely will. Thank you so much.
God bless you. Have a good one, man.
You, man.
All right, folks, I've been speaking there with Mr. Daniel Francis, a young author out of Trinidad, as he invites us all to the first Caribbean Author Conference coming up on the 23rd of April from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. And if you can, he's going to send the requisite information that we can share with you, those of you who would like to join virtually. We take a commercial break. We come back with more of the conversation after these. Don't you go anywhere.
Saturday, May 4th, there will be a shift on the island as the biggest grilling fest in Grenada moves to the big parish. The Maggie King of the Grill competition is at Progress Park, St. Andrew. Come taste the most sumptuous creations from the grill as top chefs and food enthusiasts showcase their culinary skills. Maggie King of the Grill is a festival like no other with live soca music, fun attractions, and games for the entire family. Then from 6 p.m., get a chance to win up to $5,000 cash in bingo. Interested vendors and grillers should call 456-3454 to register before March 31st. It's the Maggie King of the Grill competition at Progress Park, St. Andrew. Gates open from 12 noon. Bring your appetite and stay tuned to this station for more details.
Coming up by bus, jeep and boat, you will enjoy a front row seat to breathtaking Trinidad and Tobago attractions. Antigua's biggest resort definitely delivers the goods. Cricket, crop over, a busy summer of top events in Barbados is on the horizon. From panorama to parade of bands, this steel band is making an impact on all fronts. It's all next on this station.
JBN Television News at 7, a pulse on all things Grenadian. Look out for our new features through expanded synergies with our media partners in Barbados, St. Lucia, Jamaica, Trinidad, and beyond. Capturing the latest in news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Credible, informative. Thank you for making us number one. News at 7, live, Monday to Friday on GBN Television, Channel 7 and 11. K105.5 and 105.9, Hot 98.5 and 98.7, GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel, and www.gbn.gd. GBN, with you anywhere and everywhere.
All right, folks, welcome to the conversation. It's 20 minutes on to 8 o'clock, and those of you who are joining us for the first time, welcome. I want to say very, very special happy birthday to two wonderful folks. They're both dear to me. Evelyn Bartholomew from Tivoli in St. Andrew. You are my classmate from Tivoli RC. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you. I do hope that you have a wonderful day. Celebrate it in fine style, girl. Life is worth living. All right, troubles up and down. That's how life is. Enjoy your day to the fullest. And also to a dear, dear Uncle Glyden Christopher. Today is your birthday. Well, I know you're going to have a blast. I want you to enjoy it to the fullest. So happy birthday to both of you, all right? Love you all both. All right, now, as I hinted earlier, the conversation this morning, I want us to have this conversation. It's trending, it's buzzing. The suspension of Father Gerard Paul from all his priestly responsibilities indefinitely, and that is as a result of a culmination of what some may dub as a war of words, an exchange of words between Father Paul and the hierarchy of the Roman Catholic Church in Grenada. Father Paul's position is that the church has been too silent on the war that's going on in Gaza with Israel and Hamas. And, he was very, very vocal about it. And it has led now to his indefinite suspension from all priestly responsibilities. I'd love to hear from you on that. I'd really love to hear from you on that. So let's go to the telephone line right away and hear your comments. Good morning, caller.
Morning, Mr. Innocent. Good morning, your listener and his words. In fact, even before I knew you had planned to do that, I had planned, once there was an opportunity, to call and express solidarity with Father Gerard Paul. I think he's very brave. I've always been brave. I've always stood out among the rest. And you have to remember that they did the same thing to Aristide, John Bertrand Aristide in Haiti. And of course, eventually, when he became, after he became Prime Minister, they collaborated to oust him. But I think this should raise some issues for us. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, the entity which he has been is part of the colonial setup. It's still France, for instance, France have this pact with the former French colony for the continuation of colonization, similarly to how the so-called Commonwealth, the British or British Commonwealth, have their thing where they keep the Governor General and all that thing for the continuation of colonization. I see the church, the European church, and the American churches as instrument of the continuing colonization of our people and the continuing disregard and disrespect for people of African and other origin that is non-European. And I think I'm calling on folks to express full solidarity with Father Gerald Paul. He has been a beacon of hope over the years, notwithstanding his affiliation with this entity, which, I mean, if you ask Elvin McQuilkin, he will tell you what I think about this entity.
Okay.
And I just want to finish off by asking the question, can people remember the invasion of Grenada? Did this entity condemn what was a criminal invasion of Grenada? Or did they endorse it?
Okay.
Have they not continued celebrating the invasion of Grenada every 25th of October? People need to reconcile with that. Thank you.
Thank you, caller. Have a good one. 435-2041. It's 15 minutes on to 8 o'clock. That is the time. Let's go back to the telephone line and say good morning.
Mr. Joseph, greetings. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good.
Listen, Mr. Joseph, there are so many things to talk about in this here country, but I like how we warming up with Padre Paul. Well, we on that. You know that we say Paul, Mr. Joseph, P-A-U-L?
Yep.
I would like you to pay attention to the pronunciation of the word author. That O is the same sound as P-A-U-L in, all right? Just for what it's worth. I'm not criticizing them. I just want you to do things well. But that's how I am. I can't talk. I'm not a hypocrite. Hear this, Mr. Joseph.
I appreciate that.
Listen, Father Paul. Let me tell you like how Biden said it. I've got your back. Seriously. Say the things that they are. Hypocrisy is hypocrisy. Listen, it's important. I piggyback on the previous scholars' utterances. We have to remember what the Roman Catholic Church is. Listen, brothers and sisters, hear this today on the side of the quote-unquote Jews. But these are the same people who collaborated with Adolf Hitler. Pope Pius XII, Piodosile, they say in Espanol. You hear what I tell you, brothers and sisters? These people are hypocrites. Listen, Roman Catholicism is a business. A state, a country, the smallest in the world, but the richest of all. But they put in front this religious component to bluff people. That's all they've been doing. Why don't the Catholic Church, or doesn't the Catholic Church as an organization speak of the buggery of all them little boys around the world? Huh? What they do to the women, the nuns, huh? What they did to Galileo. Want to go back in history? Let's go back to Galileo. Evil people, not people, pardon, should I say, but evil organization, Roman Catholicism. Father Paul, it's a pity you waited so long to expose them. Long live Palestine, and Palestine will be free. You have got my back, Father Paul. John Anthony Rollo, lovingly known as John Ass Rollo, and the diminutive one, Jackass Rollo. And I want to end by saying this, Mr. Joseph. Pay attention to what I'm going to play here. Because I promised that I shall play it until. Yeah. I want to play this.
Expansion of seed program, which was scheduled to end in December of this year. This therefore means that families will continue to receive the additional $150 per household.
These utterances were made, Mr. Joseph, sometime in December, I think it was the 22nd of December 2023. No, pardon, 2022. the first half year of the current government's administration. But they never removed it in January of 2023. The sum of $1,800 was taken away from the people. And pay attention, the vulnerable of this country. We want it because you promised it. You promised to pay the teachers when you had no authority out of government, but when you came in, you did it. Promises are to be kept. We warn you. We shall pay it to the end of your term. Sir Joseph,
have a good day.
Have a nice day, will you?
Have a good day, caller. All right, folks, we engage one of our callers via our WhatsApp platform. Let's do this. Good morning, caller.
Mr. Joseph, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning. How are you?
Well, not too bad, just quite in regards to the whether disciplinary action, suspension, with Reverend the priest,
Father Gerard Paul.
What one has to remember, Desmond Tutu in South Africa, when he was being oppressed, Desmond Tutu preached against it. He talked about it until apartheid come to an end. Let's take it from a biblical point of view now. Christ, God, Jesus, never support oppression. When the Pharisee and other people was oppressing the Samaritan and all those things, he speak out against it. As a result, those big religious leaders, they plotted and they were the one to get rid of Christ, because Christ preached about how they were oppressing people. Anytime you stand up and preach against oppression, there are times that your religious organization and body will not be favored in their sight. You see that you are attacking the organization. But what people have to realize, and I tell it earlier on, human life is important irrespective to who. Every human life is important in the sight of God. And maybe if they don't like how you may go about and make this statement, sometimes don't look at the messenger, look at the message, whether what he's saying, is it right or wrong, and judge from there. And I think the whole world can see the oppression, what is going on in Gaza, how you could allow bombs to be dropped and babies, children, doctors, destroying hospitals, and you telling me that religion in front human life did the right thing. Speak out against oppression. And I wish many could do the same. As a matter of fact, I thought he'd have been applauded because that's a way of preaching the gospel. Oppression, Christ speak out against it. So let's not feel it is not. James in the Bible talk about those who oppress the poor and all the fatherless and those things. The Bible speak out against oppression, and the people of Gaza is being oppressed. And we as Christian people must be in solidarity for the innocent lives of the people that is being lost.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, caller. Have yourself a wonderful day. Folks, we take our final commercial break in the program, and then we do the wrap.
That's not how you cross the pedestrian crossing.
Really? One day I just woke up and I saw pedestrian crosswalks on the road. No one really showed me how to use them properly.
Well, this is how it's done. You never cross before doing these things. They might save your life. First, when you get to the crosswalk, you stop. You look left, you look right. If there's a vehicle coming, you put your hand out, making eye contact with the driver, indicating that you want to cross. And only Only when the vehicle comes to a complete stop, you quickly cross to the other side.
Stop, look, hand out, eye contact. Wait for pedestrian to cross to the other side, then you happily continue on your journey. This message is brought to you by this group of insurance companies, the Traffic Advisory Body, and the Traffic Department.
You know, one day I woke up and, you know, they painted a set of pedestrian crossing all along the streets. You know, nobody told us how to use that thing properly.
I know how.
You're serious?
Every safe, good driver knows about these things. As a driver, you have to be very attentive. You know you're coming up close to a pedestrian cross, you start slowing down immediately, looking to see if there's any pedestrian on the side getting ready to cross. If there is, you stop on the line that is a certain distance before the crosswalk. Then you would see the pedestrian put their hands out, looking directly at you, indicating that they are going to cross. And only when you have come to a complete stop, that is when they will quickly and safely cross to the other side. And then you continue happily on your journey.
Stop, look, hand out, eye contact, wait for pedestrian to cross. Then you happily continue on your journey. This message is brought to you by this group of insurance companies, the Traffic Advisory Body, and the Traffic Department.
On Saturday, May 4th, there will be a shift on the island as the biggest grilling fest in Grenada moves to the Big Parish. The Maggie King of the Grill competition is at Progress Park, St. Andrew. Come taste the most sumptuous creations from the grill as top chefs and food enthusiasts showcase their culinary skills. Maggie King of the Grill is a festival like no other with live soca music, fun attractions, and games for the entire family. Then from 6 p.m., get a chance to win up to $5,000 cash and bingo. Interested vendors and grillers should call 456-3454 to register before March 31st. It's the Maggie King of the Grill competition at Progress Park, St. Andrew. Gates open from 12 noon. Bring your appetite and stay tuned to this station for more details.
Welcome back, viewers and listeners. It's 4 minutes away from 8 o'clock. Let's go back to the telephone line. Good morning. We lost that caller there. All right, you know the digits, 435-2041. That's the number to call. Let's go to the telephone line and say, good morning, caller.
Listen, good morning to you. I know my time is very short.
Yes.
I would like to support most of what Citizen Ruler said, even correcting you with the pronunciation of the word author, or not as you said. No, the Catholic, that bishop doesn't know his history, one. Number two, the Catholics, they have their own Bible. Long ago, they were, well, of course, the later Bishop Fields used to go to people's home where they had the King James version, take it away, destroy it. And the other thing about it is that Pope Pius XII supported Mussolini on all the atrocities, etc. And Mussolini himself was then executed because of when they didn't go the right way. And as a result of this, I was Catholic, and as I grew older and started to read, I discovered that, the Catholic wasn't teaching truth. And as a result of that, I have been able to go to get the truth, and know that I think that Father Paul is correct. No church at all is taking up the question of the sufferings that the people in the Gaza Strip are going through. And as a result of this, I support Father Paul, is it, on his criticism of even the church. Not a single church has been saying anything. And as a result of that, again, if I was Father Paul, I would give the gong up and join another religion. Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. Alistair Warwood Sr. says Christianity doesn't work in Gaza. Now I want to take the time off and say a very special happy birthday to you, Lydia Francois, out there at His Majesty's prison. Your sister Erlyn in the U.S. wants you to enjoy your day to the fullest. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Mr. Edison. How are you?
I'm good. You have to be very brief. We have about 90 seconds.
So I want to find out the upgrade of the license. Do you know when you're going to start? You can be passing Parliament, but they haven't said what date you will start.
No, I can inquire and pass it on via the airwaves.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, you're welcome. Folks, this is where we've got to wrap it up this morning. I want to say a very special good morning to all those of you. Anthony Fraser says, good morning, GBN and Mr. Gordon Joseph. Blessings, Grenada, Carriacou, and P.D. Martinique. One love, one nation together. Alexandra Velez says, blessings all. Have a productive week, everyone. I do hope that you have a productive one yourself. Cheryl Keto says, good morning, everyone. Have a productive week. Cheryl Seeley says, Monday, blessings, everyone. Bernadette Robinson, good morning to the beautiful people of Grenada from Southern Virginia. All those of you out there in the diaspora who participate from day to day, being a active part of the program, thank you for your participation. Those of you here at home with me, for rising with me so early in the morning, thanks for being there with me. We've got to go. We've got to join the BBC. If the good Lord spare our lives, we'll do it again together on Monday, not on Monday, but tomorrow, on the same platforms, channels, and frequencies. I love you. Bye-bye.